Wait, what? The nullifier is off. I did it wrong there. I forgot to activate the nullifier. Align, cloak, speed boost. I went here in my scepter, thinking it would be faster. But actually, I think it's actually about agility. I I didn't think of this until right now, but I actually think it's agility that determines how fast this task is. Yeah, because the amount of overshooting you do, I think, depends on the agility. Oh. Alright, let's head home then. And let's bring a Hecate. What we're gonna camp with anyway. Cube is built. Fit it with oak. Alright, we're here. In the right ships. I'm gonna build the cube. I've already placed the corner points. The 4 cardinal points anyway. And those are the ones that ultimately matter. So now we're gonna travel. We did some trigonometry. We're gonna travel to the length we need from the closest one. Then we're gonna travel to that length to the furthest one, and we're gonna repeat that back and forth. Really, 2.9 second align with the micro warp drive running. What was that, Arazu? How did he predict my location? Was he doing something similar? Fuck. That was the most random thing ever. What was that? Who is this guy? Genie A. Okay. It might be time to play some Kenshi. Hmm. Yeah, they're gonna blow them up. I can still do this, even without them. It just requires painstaking effort, which, since I'm being sort of challenged here, I suppose I'll have to put in the effort. I'll be lazy when I can, but I can't back down either. Backing down just invites, you know, it pays to have the enemy believe that you're gonna put in an insane effort and not back down, so I like to not back down. To build a reputation that goes in that direction rather than the other way around. It's numping. No, the AO. Yeah, I guess it's actually simpler to do this in the tier 3 cruiser because it moves a lot faster. My dog needs scratching. I'm being targeted by the rats. That is annoying. Like I said, it might be time for some Kenshi. The in Kenshi, the hive soldiers are just so bad. But I had a realization, which is that they have one advantage: they can eat rotten food. So I suppose in a way they're cheaper. So I guess they're not really competing with. There's sort of three classes, right? There's the skeleton, there's the people who eat normal food, and then there is everybody who can eat rotten food and normal food. I suppose in a way, the biggest competitor to the hive drones is the like the crab. It's the animals who can also eat rotten food. That's really the competitors. The vendor refresh time of all vanilla squads. Actually, I gotta take a look at that. Let's see if I can mod that myself, because I've been thinking of turning that thing way, way, way up. Apparently he said all vanilla squads, so that gave me a clue about where that parameter would be. Can I open one of my mods? Oh. UC Town Racists. That's the internal name. Up trader. Add usage cost. Renders refresh time is the thing we would have to change around. So I suppose the task would involve we would have to go through every single one, of which there is a lot. You put an auto save in the mod tool too. Let's make sure we don't forget. Oh, it's almost time to get to work. I think it actually is time to get to work. Yeah, it is. Right. Oh no, don't do not warp. Do not warp. Right. Now we're gonna approach to 424. And we're gonna head up. And we're gonna approach a different one to 424. And we're gonna head up. Approach a different one to 424. And over. We will center ourselves. But we use the Q move to enter ourselves. And then we just approach down. After getting on top of the gate, we can just head down. I almost thought that thing was like right on top of me, but of course on the gate. Now we hit the end of the album. Now we hit the Kara no Kyokai part. Well, now I'm not sure what music to go for. Yeah, we do seem to be centered. Let's go for a very, very low speed and approach.
Yo, dude.
Hello, hello.
Hello. You still there? Do you want to do something together? I need some money.
Um,
Bro.
yes. So what I've started doing is trying to basically camp, like instead of moving around, because that way I
Oh,
can
nice.
use people who are not interdiction nullified. We haven't done much yet, but the reason for that is honestly because not a lot of people have showed up. So how much I can do kind of depends on that. But
Yeah,
uh,
because I don't have access anymore,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Yeah.
I need to get some money back.
If you just join me for camping, you at least share in the base rate pay, and if we kill anything, then we get that as well.
How much is base rate?
It's 4 million a minute.
4 million a minute. Okay, wait. How long does it take to get a billion?
That would be 4 hours.
Hey, how long are you gonna be online? You'll be online for about
I
four
mean, I'm
hours
not
now.
promising anything today. I mean, it's not. I'm not like a reliable. Like it's not like it's on a schedule. It just I just try to put them
I
out
enjoy it,
randomly.
yeah.
But it's up right now. If you make your way to G Tech 5 EN and and hang out in any ship, then that would qualify.
Yeah, because I need money, bro. 4 hours isn't that bad, even, you know? That's actually really good. A
Yeah,
billion for four
it's
hours. That's so
it's not
insane.
exactly in my interest to tell you this, but there are ways to make more than there are. If you join a nullsec group, you can, in my opinion, you can make 1.5 billion an hour, and it's very accessible even to like new players. Um, but when I say 1.5 billion an hour, what I really mean is you can do 2 minutes of work and 45 minutes of waiting, and then you get like 60 million or something.
60 million. What? That's so insane. Yeah, no, but I think I like this group in anyway. So, plus, my other friend also said I should join an Ulse group, but yeah, I was like, fuck that, not today.
Yeah.
Not really.
So what it
I
looks
don't really
like,
go
what
out
it
of my way.
in nullsec, what it looks like, right? Is that what you can do is you can explore, and then I was able to make 125 million an hour. Um, and you can probably double that if you have like a better gear, better better stats basically, right? Um,
Yeah.
so that's something you can do, right? So what I'm offering is similar to that, right? Like my base rate is similar to exploration. Um,
Yeah. Just need to buy a ship because what ship can I buy for 10 million with upgrades and shit?
I
That's
honestly,
good for me.
I don't know that much. I don't know that much about ships that are that cheap because I don't use them. But I don't know, Tristan. I'm.
Because I'm broke as a joke. Okay.
I mean, so on the one hand, I don't know that much about this, but I should learn about it because, like, the ideal kind of person who can work, like, I would much rather have 100 people who are flying Tristans than to have 10 people that are flying like battle cruisers or something, right? Because you can just do more with more. So that so I don't know that much about like this super cheap, dirt cheap fits, but um,
Is it okay if I come with the frigate?
yes.
Oh, I'm in, all the way in fucking G-Tub, by the way. Do you mind adding me as a contact so you can, or send me a fleet invite so you can send me the location so I can see how much jumps I'm away?
Yeah, well, um, join the. What's your
Yeah, you
in-game?
have to
What's your
invite me
character
to
name?
that. Trash boat, coke stealer. You went past it. It's yeah. Wait, but yeah, there you go. No one, yeah. Coke stealer, yeah.
There we go.
Appreciate it, homeboy.
Yeah. Here's the the in-game chat.
Oh, let's go.
I probably will not
Providence
pay.
Patrol.
I'm not going to pay attention to this or read this in-game chat, but it's a way to easily because everybody who's in the Sega are going to be in this chat. I can just like invite you from here.
Yeah, no, I know how Eve works. I've played it for a bit. I just didn't have any money because my friend needed help with something, and
Yeah, I'll send
Okay,
you
so
some.
you are in G5N2. Okay. Finance.
I'll just send you some money.
Search.
A gift.
Oh. I think it's better for that then. What do you think is a good fit so I can actually do something to help you, and not just stand there like a dick and take money, basically?
Like I said, I honestly don't know. I will try to figure it out. So yeah, I'm just not that knowledgeable about especially cheap fits. But so I guess my thinking is I would like damage and I would like more tank or sorry, more tacklers. Not sure how much. Let me take a look at like a Tristan fit. I have one. Let's see how much damage they do. Oh my god, these are so bad. This was back when I did the Abyss, back when I started Eve 2 years ago. Yeah, it does about 6 million, and it does about 100 damage per second. That's worse though than some of the other stuff. Let me find.
Yeah, I mean, the Punisher that I'm about, the thing that I was about to plan was this one.
There's a guy here called Zarya that he lives in Lowsec, and their people just like to fight, so they use very cheap ships because they lose them all the time because they like to fight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to find it.
I put something in chat for you. Yeah. Plus, it's like 3 million cheaper. It's just a normal Punisher.
I think this one is the final one. These two are created by Zarius people, and I'm stocking them, so you don't even need to buy it in Jita.
Oh, what? 300 DPS? Yeah, no. For 10 million? Dude.
Yeah, these people know more about this than I do.
What? That's so nice. 1,400. Dude, this is a great ship. Save.
Yeah, both of them are stocked. So if you get your pod to Dira, you can buy them on the market there.
Yeah, I'm going to Jita because I know they apparently have good prices.
Yeah. It's where I buy everything. And so what I do is I buy it in Jita, and then I use a shipping contract to send it to Dira, and then there I put it at 20% higher than the Jita price to cover all the costs, all the transportation, and all the. So you can.
I think I'm definitely gonna buy that catalyst because I have like
Yeah,
one
I'm.
two at a mall.
I trust. I trust that Zarya and his group know what they're doing, so I'm confident you can buy a lot of that catalyst, and we will use it.
I can definitely use this thing
I have no personal experience using it. I've never used it, but I trust that they know what they're talking about. So
No, I also haven't used it yet. I just have to because I fought my friend for it because we had a PvP thing, and yeah, he said I can choose between two of these or two of others, but I said I'll just take them, you know.
mm. Yeah, so what I'm doing now is different from what I did before, because, like I said, I'm trying to. I just decided that this could work, so then I started to plan it and do it. What I'm doing now, how it works. Are you watching my stream or whatever?
Yeah, no, I'm watching.
Yeah. So how it works, I haven't built the cube yet, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a cube of like warpable bookmarks in every direction. And then what we're gonna do is we are going to have one ship logged in, um, and a warp disruption bubble. So when somebody is traveling through, we will catch the ship, and then that one guy who is logged in will be kind of our camera, right? And that guy will use a warp disruptor. Like he will tackle the target, right? That one guy, and then we will decide if we think we're strong enough to fight it or not. If we think we are strong enough, what we will do is everyone else will be logged off. They'll just be logged off like 400 kilometers into deep space here, right? They'll be on this Stargate grid, but they'll be just kind of like 500 kilometers away from the Stargate, right? And then those guys will
Yeah.
log in, and then from their login position, they will then use these because I'm gonna make, like I said, a cube of these bookmarks, right? They can use those bookmarks to basically freely warp to wherever location they want to get to around this Stargate. They can just essentially freely warp wherever they want to go, right? Um,
Yeah.
and then we'll just kill the thing, right? So catalysts will log in and they'll just swarm and kill the thing that we caught, right? That's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the kind of
So
operation I'm
my
gonna do.
understanding is you're gonna have like someone patrolling the thing, basically to see where they're gonna be at, what gate they're gonna be at, and when they find out us Catalyst, we're gonna warp in and kill them.
Yeah, yeah, but
Okay.
and your catalysts are not even gonna be in the game. Like they're just gonna be logged off, so they're completely safe. So you don't even need. So
They're
the
gonna
the
be
way,
logged off.
yeah, they can
How does that work?
because if you log it off, then it's not in the game, right? It cannot be found and destroyed, right?
Okay. We're gonna be like out of the game,
Yes.
and once someone's there, you guys trap him. We
Yeah.
log on and
Yes.
absolutely
Yes.
fucking pound his
Exactly.
ass.
Yeah. Now,
Ah, see, now I understand so much
Now,
better.
what's going to happen is that the enemy will get used to us doing this, and then what they're going to do is they're going to bring in ships and look like we can go on them, and then we go on them, and then they bring in more ships. So there will be fights from this, and we're going to get our ass kicked, I think, but we will, I guess, learn. And
Yeah.
if we just get better at this than they are, then we have a way to inflict much more damage than we take, and then we can then I can try to get ransom money from them.
Oh yeah, how do you guys do that? Because I know you guys pay us to like.
Well, I mean,
what do you guys get from
right
that?
now
How do you
I
guys
haven't made any money. I have not succeeded. Okay, I've not gotten off the ground. It's hard to gain any traction trying to take over the universe. It's very hard. But the money is coming from me. I mean, I'm just making the money. I make 18 billion every week in Eve. In Gita.
It's so insane, bro. Uh that's so insane. I'm gonna be honest. That's pretty fucking cool, in my opinion. I know you don't think so, but it's pretty fucking cool.
No, I do.
18 billion. What,
I
you have a
agree with you.
station?
I do think it's cool.
That's how you do it. You have a station set up.
Do a
How
what?
does the station set up? Station, because you can make the stations and put them in space or some shit.
But to do that, you need to be good at conquering the universe, right? Like, if I put a station up, right? If I don't have a large enough group that we can fight the people who might want to come and fight the station, my station will be destroyed, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not. I don't own any stations. Uh,
Oh. So what do you
but
do for your money? Like what?
I trade in Jita and I set up the casino. I can teach you. Um, I
Because then I don't have to worry about money again. A
well,
week. That's
I
so
mean, be
insane.
warned. Like I'm earning like 3.5% returns per week. Okay, so it's whatever money you invest. If you did what I did, you could take the money you have and then you can grow it by 3.5% by waiting 1 week. Right? It's
Yeah.
capitalism essentially, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so you do need some to not worry about money. It depends on how much money you spend per week, right? Like if you essentially if you have 30 times the money you plan to spend, then yeah, you don't have to worry about money, right? Because you can make it pretty easily using the method I use.
You can make it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so my CPU thing isn't fully learned yet, so I can only do 200 damage, but that's still freaking good, dude.
Yeah, if you think so, it's fine. I'm not,
Okay, okay,
especially
okay,
on
buddy.
cheaps that are super, especially on those super cheap ships. I really don't like. I have no problem with people not being able to fully fly them or whatever. And this is just a starting point. You can like you can fly whatever ship you want. We can just discuss it. Like we just communicate. You know, just link the fits in the chat, and then people can suggest
Yeah.
improvements. You know, like it's not. I'm not forcing you to fly a specific ship, but all I'm
Yeah, no, I
saying,
know that. I was just asking for one
yeah.
because I don't have very good ships that's used for this. I basically have that Praxis that I showed you guys last time.
Yeah.
It took
And
some people
now
on
I
that.
can now I have a use for it. Remember when you showed it to me? I said something like, "I honestly don't know how I'm gonna find a use for that praxis for what I did back then." Um,
Yeah.
but what I'm doing now, the praxis can do this thing, right? It can do the exact same role as the catalyst, like logged off, and then it logs in and comes in and blasts. Um,
Yeah, so the timer starts when I get to you. Or does it start when you
I
start
mean,
killing people?
it's you know, it's honestly just up to me. I mean, it's so I'm streaming and recording this, so like honestly, like from the time you showed up in the voice chat now is when you've been a part of the fleet or whatever. Um,
Uh,
oh, by the
yeah,
way, you're
in the
not sorry.
future
You're
we
by the
should.
way, you're not guaranteed to be paid because I'm just lazy. I cannot like go through the video minute by minute by minute and track everybody's contribution bit by bit. So what I do is I add up the
Yeah.
total. I add up the total reward pool for the entire fleet, and which also includes costs, right? So it can even be negative if we lose a lot of expensive ships. Um, and then at the
Yeah.
very end, I sort of allocate responsibility for that pool to one or more people. And the way I do it is I roll a dice, I select a random part of the recording, and then I just look at who's there at that time. So if I roll and I get the early part where only I was here, then only I pay costs for SRP and also get the rewards. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
but statistically it's fair, right? Like on it will average out. Like if you're here for half the fleet, on average, you get paid half the you get paid the full amount half the time, which is the same as being paid half the amount all the time, right? In the long run.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
just couldn't be online earlier because I was fucking laying in my bed and yesterday because we have a home gym basically and we went hard at it yesterday so I had a lot of sore especially on my legs and my lower back.
mm,
So I didn't want to get out of bed, I'm gonna be honest. It's currently 8 hours 10 minutes PM. You know, I don't really know how to say it in English. So it's basically 8 o'clock at night.
yeah. Nah, I mean, I haven't been very active lately either. Although I'm gonna start being active again because I actually paid somebody to recruit more people like you. So we're gonna try to just get a lot of new players.
Oh, that's
Um,
nice.
so that's actually what today is. Today is sort of the first event that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna run a fleet. Uh, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting anybody to show up today at all. But you gotta start. You just gotta start running the fleets so that like other people see that they're happening regularly, and then they'll
Also
they'll
join
come.
in, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they also know what time to join in.
Yeah, I mean they'll learn the pattern by seeing the pattern, right? So if I'm usually
Yeah.
online around this time, then people will learn that I'm usually online at this time, right? And then
Yeah. Because the best money making way I've currently, because I can only do L2s, and maximum I can go to L3s because I don't have a mega. So that's why I currently don't have a Praxis anymore, because the one you got, I needed to sell because, well, the one that you basically gave me money for when I killed those other guys, I think I don't remember exactly what happened to that one. But basically, I bought another one the other day to sell online on a G2G app where I get real life money.
what? I mean, careful, you can get your account banned that way.
That's why I use a different account. I send my stuff to my alt account. And then I act like I'm nice in game and I'm like, hey, dude. Because I make them ask me in game for ship.
I'm streaming
And then
right
I
now.
just
I
give
don't
them.
recommend talking about stuff like this on stream because the people that
Oh,
I'm
okay. So it's a live
the
stream.
I mean it'll all be gone in 2 weeks, right? But keep in mind like because what I'm doing is adversarial to other people in Eve. Like there are people that I'm trying to get ransom money from, right? So eventually they're gonna like look at my stream at some point, and then in order to hurt me, they might use all available ammunition to hurt anything connected to me, right? So I don't
Yeah, no, don't
recommend.
worry, I understand.
What you're doing now is essentially giving anybody listening in ammunition
Yeah,
if
I
they might
thought you
want
meant
to.
recording like for your own
Ah, yeah, yeah.
stuff, so you know what happened. Like because I record sometimes, but I
I mean,
don't live stream
didn't
it.
I ask you earlier if you're watching my live stream?
Yeah, I thought you meant in Discord, you asswipe.
Oh, am I? I'm. Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm streaming on Discord too. Really?
That's why I thought you meant live stream, because
Oh,
every time someone's asking me to watch this
oh, my bad.
stream, sometimes they say, "Are you watching my live stream?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because we're in Discord. That's so funny,
Oh
dude.
fuck. Well, it probably doesn't matter now.
Yeah.
Chance that
So what
anybody.
do you mean by gambling? Do you have like a place for gambling, or do you just put stuff on gambling sites like
No,
a
no, no. It's
ship
called
and then you
Hyper.
buy
Yeah,
like,
I mean it's a gambling site. It's built into the game. It's called Hypernet
yeah,
Relay.
Hypernet. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's I know that, but
yeah.
like do you sell ships and then you buy like half of the stuff? Like if you sell 500, you buy like 250.
Yeah, yeah. You have to buy
Yeah.
half of them. That's just because the people who do it are really impatient. So. Uh,
Yeah, not just that, you can also have a better chance of getting your stuff back. So
nah. You're mathematically illiterate. You're looking at it the wrong way now. Think about it this way: if
yeah,
buying half of them was a good deal, why wouldn't I buy all of them, right?
because then you just get your money back.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean that buying any amount of them is stupid, right? If it's not
No,
worth it, if it's
because
not,
then you lose the ship.
if buying all of them is stupid, then buying half of them is also stupid, right? It's just going half as quickly, right? Buying one is stupid, right? Like if like it, they're all identical, right? Like every node is just a partial ownership of the entire lottery, right? So it's either
Not
true
really,
it
but yeah,
it's either
basically.
true that buying all the tickets is a good idea, or it's true that buying none of the tickets is a good idea. There's no such thing as like, okay, it's a good idea to buy half, from like a like the reason I'm buying half of them is because if I don't, what happens is that there will be other people putting ships up, the same ship that I'm putting up, but they buy half of them, right? And then the people who are gambling, they're thinking, okay, these are all the same thing for the same price. So, but they're not actually the same, right? Because the one that's closer to finishing is more likely to not waste the gambler guy's time, right? From the point of view of an impatient gambler, those that are closer to finishing, even if they're identical price, are in a sense better, right? And
And not just that.
it just happens to be the case
the,
that other people putting stuff on the Hypernet have normalized buying half the nodes. That's why I do it too. It's just a rat race between me and the other
yeah,
casino
no,
people.
yeah. The reason I think like doing half of it, like because you have a bigger chance of getting your stuff back and also getting paid like twice the ship, twice the ship's amount of worth.
I can. No, you
I
haven't
can't even
understood.
speak.
You should be
Yeah,
careful.
that's.
You what you're saying makes no sense. Makes no financial sense. I'd be.
You're funny, dude.
You should not. Let me put it this way. Your failure to understand this means I'm going to give you the advice to never play lotteries in anywhere in real life. Don't.
Ek seker net weg my suster.
Nee,
Wat
gaan
kan
gooi
ek
dit
sien
in
nie?
die asblik. Jy kan dit mos in die asblik ook
So
wegsteek.
is.
Want ek bære my klere en goed nou maak ek die
Ja,
kas
ek glo
so
die klere is daai kant.
Nee, dude, jy kan mos sien hier is al die klere hierbo. Dan maak ek dit oop en so al die sweetspapiertjies en kakka en dis nie cool nie.
Ja, ek snap.
Maar dit is nie aspres nie. Ek noem dit maar net. Net dat jy weet like jy kan dit ook in die asblik maar like weggooi, dit gaan dieselfde doen. Maar
Ja.
bedoel dit nie lelik of iets nie. Ek nou maar net gewonder like ek sien jy steek dit al agter die papiere en kaak weg. Kan nie
Ja.
dit verstaan nie.
Ja, ek maar net dit weg my suster afgesteek. Van baie keer is ek nog besig om te eet en
Ja,
dan
maar jy kan dit maar seker maar. Dit ook maar steek. Dan sê jy asblik kyk.
moet ek dan met uit die asblik uit.
Nee,
Vat en eet.
eet.
Nee, want ek ja, dis ie.
Ja, ek
Sien wat ek nee, dis nie wat ek bedoel nie. Ek praat van is ek nou soos halfte van die pakkie eet. En ek het nie in my kamer weggesit nie, want baie keer fok sy rond in my kamer.
Maar die pak is leeg. Nie half nie.
Yes, maar ek weet as ek dit klaar maak dan so
Ja, dan jy dit mos weggooi.
Ja, bes.
Dit asseblief nie in my kas dit like wat ek
Ja,
share en goed in sit. Like dis nie cool nie. Ek gaan nou oor my solpapiertjies in jou kamer nie. Ek weet dit is julle kantoor, maar my klere is ook hier en staf. Dit is
Ja, nee,
so
verstaan,
dat
verstaan.
maak en daar's julle skielik sweetspapiertjies in my kas nie. Dit is my kas waar ek my goed in bære.
Bes.
Ek bedoel dit nie of iets nie. Ek bedoel dit eintlik mooi, maar ek moet maar net asseblief like check maar net asseblief.
Bes. I'm 24 jumps away from you.
Yeah, it's fine.
What is those circles you have? Like, you know where you activate like your overload stack on the left side? Oh, that other stuff now it's gone. Oh, what's that? How do you do that?
What do you mean?
Like you undid something, now you did it again. Is it the cloak thing that gives you the...
Do you mean what I'm doing now?
Wait, are you multi-boxing? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have two accounts.
Multi-boxing.
I have two accounts. I'm actually I'm highly considering a third, but I'm intentionally not doing it because yeah, basically I'm doing stuff alone and I'm constantly thinking like, if I just had one more person, I'd be able to do so much more. But I know that if I get a third account, I'm not gonna feel the same amount of pressure to recruit people, so that's why I'm actually holding off on the third account.
Yeah.
Do you mean this circle here?
No, like when you switched accounts, let's switch your account real quick. Yeah, there's three circles. Like go to the overrack stack on the left side of your overrack stack and on the right side of your capacitor. A bit to the left.
Left.
Like it's an actual overrack stack. Go to the right side of your.
Oh, you mean these things?
Capacitator. Yeah.
That's a special property of a tier 3 destroyer. They can change like their form. They have three The ship exists in one of 3 modes. You can choose your bonus.
That's pretty cool. So I'm guessing in tier 2 has 2 modes that he can go
No.
to.
This type of ship specifically has this mechanic, and nothing else has this mechanic.
But
This
it's
is
still
a tier
cool,
3
though.
cruiser. It doesn't have a mechanic like that. Its kind of gimmick is that it can swap out rigs without destroying them, which is a thing that can sometimes be useful. And it also has these extra rigs. Like the ship itself, if it's naked, if you take all these rigs off, the ship is actually quite weak. Not only is it weak, but you're not even allowed to fly it, right? That way. So you have these 4 slots, and you choose from different core modules, different defense modules, different offense modules, and different propulsion modules. So you're kind of like, it's like Lego. You're kind of like assembling your own ship from these 4 different parts, and then that determines what the rest of the ship ends up looking like in terms of visual appearance and in terms of properties like module slots and things like that.
But why do you have that ship? Is it for scanning? Is it for...
It's for shooting. It is because
for the DPS.
Yes, it has 150 kilometer shooting range, and it does 550 DPS. It's a long range. It's like an artillery cannon. Like it's not intended to receive damage. Like if the enemy is shooting this ship, they will kill it very quickly. But because of its very high range, the enemy will never get to shoot it. It's completely safe at long range. So this is a DPS ship that doesn't need any. This is a DPS ship that doesn't. It doesn't matter how expensive it is, and it doesn't need any tanky. It doesn't need any like HP. Like because the idea is that it's never going to receive any damage at all because it has very long range, right? So cost becomes irrelevant because it's never going to get attacked, and HP becomes irrelevant because it's never going to get attacked. It does not do a high amount of damage. 550 damage is not a lot for this price at all. This thing costs about, I guess now it's a bit cheaper, but like it costs like 500 million. It's not impressive damage at all, but I like having 550 damage for one account on a ship that's never gonna get destroyed, you know? You can just kind of leave it there shooting.
I have another sniping outfit. It does 200 and... Well, yeah, basically 200 kilometers. Basically 204 almost, but yeah, if you count that small stuff. It can do 200, but that only has 10,000 EHP. But wait, I can actually just send you the fit.
I mean, if the plan is for it to be super long range, then the HP
Yeah, it's
doesn't
basically
matter.
for what yours is.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, this is
not-
that.
it doesn't
I know
have the
this type of
same-
ship. That's a better version of what I'm doing, and it's also much cheaper. But here's the problem with this
Yeah.
ship. It cannot cross. If an enemy gate is camped by enemies, that ship you send cannot just move through that as if it's not even there. This ship, because of its covert cloak, which you can warp while you're covert cloaked, and you also have this interdiction nullifier, which lets you ignore the warp stopping bubbles, right? This combination is why I use this ship.
Can you send me those two real quick? The stuff that you... I just
Yeah.
want to see it.
I'm not suggesting you use this ship because
No, not the ship. I mean the cloaking module and the nullifier one.
well, I might as well send you the ship if that's what you're interested in, because this type of
Yeah, you
ship,
did send it, thanks.
this type of build is basically the best you can do with both the nullifier and the cloak and the long range, right? There isn't really
Yeah.
another design that's gonna be significantly better than this ship for that combination, right?
Yeah, because I couldn't fit the...
But
More
I'm
stuff
not
that you
suggesting you actually use the ship. I will probably stop using this ship and start using a ship like the one you linked soon. And the reason for that is that if we're going to be camping just on a single system, on a single grid or something, right? I don't
Yeah.
actually need the ability to bypass gates whenever I please, right? Because I don't know how much you probably don't know all of this, but like there are large ships that cost like 5 billion that can teleport themselves, and all nearby ships, they can do like a jump. It's like a have you
Yeah, like Titan.
Yes, exactly. The one I'm talking about is called a carrier, and it's basically the poor man's Titan. For people like me who don't have a safe place to keep a Titan, I can't use Titans because wherever I put it, that place will be camped by people more powerful than me, and then I effectively lose my Titan. I would have to keep it
Yeah,
logged off forever.
How much is it then? The Titan?
Titan is a 250 million, just for the ship.
250 million.
Um, so
So having a billion is a lot of money because.
no, sorry, a 250
billion.
trillion. Sorry, not a 250 billion.
I was about to say, what?
Sorry.
Is it really that cheap?
A carrier is more like 4 or 5 billion, and what I plan to use is a carrier. I'm actually right now in 1 month I will have the carrier trained on my main account, on the one that I'm looking at right now.
You can see that to yourself. Sorry, what did you say? Sorry.
I will have a
Oh, yeah,
carrier.
it's just a command.
I will have a carrier in at least 1 month. I can pay money to get it faster using skill injectors.
Yeah.
And
How much skill injectors you gonna need to do it?
I'm not sure.
Because I actually want to use this thing, which is gonna cost like 22, basically, or we can say basically 20. It's a Marauder.
I think
it is.
I think it's going to be a very long time until you can fly those ships.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean about the skill injector.
I can't fly Marauders even.
Yeah, no, not the Marauder. I was searching for other thing, and Marauder just popped up. I'm trying to search for Dreadnought.
Yeah, that's
the
in
one
this.
that I would completely use.
Here's some advice. You should not train dreadnoughts or titans, or super carriers, I think, on your main account. So do not train any skills on your first account on this character for those things. The way I understand it is things like dreadnoughts have their own sort of set of skills that apply only to them, right? So the way people who know what they're doing do it is they will buy a, you know how like you can buy this thing called like a multiple pilot training license or whatever, right? They will
multiple pilot training license.
Yeah, it makes it so that it makes it so that multiple characters on your account can train simultaneously. So what they do is they dedicate one character on their account to the dreadnought they want to use on that character. Like they specialize an entire character just for like one ship type. So I'm just telling you, don't waste your time training that on your generally playing the game character. And in fact, I would advise you in general to not even think about training any capital ship for the first 2 years of your gameplay, because you just don't know enough to make like an informed decision, and these are very large commitments. Or these are effective.
Because the thing that I want to do can make me like. I think it will. Yeah, I put it there. It's
I mean, what would you do if you had a dreadnought?
Million.
What would you use a dreadnought for?
I'll go into an Ulse group and I'll do missions. Well, not. It's not basically like a mission. It's I can't remember the name. I'll tell you in a second. Let me just open my inventory. If I haven't sold it yet, because it's quite expensive. Genesis. I don't think it was in Genesis though. Jump, Jita, Gonan, more. Here we go. Concord Rogue Analysis Beacon.
Okay.
Because I don't know exactly what it. Yeah.
I mean,
basically, takes like 30 minutes to make between 200 and 400 million ISK.
Yeah, remember I told you that I know of a way to spend 2 minutes and make like 60 million, right?
Yeah.
Think about if you did that 30 times. So 60 million times 30, right? That's 1.8, that's 1,800,000,000, right?
Yeah.
So this is a lot more than the crab beacon, right?
Crab beacon.
Yeah, CRAB, Concord Rogue
Oh.
Analysis Beacon. It's kind of funny it's called a
Okay.
crab beacon because people who just mindlessly make money are often called crabs, but it's not based on this item. It's not CRAB. It's with a K. It's actually to do with it's like an insult. It means their fingers are like crab claws. They can't like PvP or whatever, right? I actually thought it was based on this item. I thought crabbers just meant people who are doing CRAB items. You know, I thought it was just people doing the beacons, but no. Either way.
Yeah, so what? How much does the thing that you want to do cost?
It costs 100 million.
What? No.
And you can do it right now.
No.
And you can do it right now. You have the skills for it right now.
Actually, how do I do it? Please.
You
tell
buy
me.
I will show you. Although doing this probably means you will not work for me because I pay less than this gives, unfortunately. But I will.
I'll still work with you and still go kill some people for like PvP.
Okay, well, we'll see.
It's not like I'm never gonna come back. You know.
We'll see. I'll tell you regardless. So I will send you the final alpha. This is an alpha friendly fit. You can literally use this ship as an alpha. I designed it to be usable as an alpha. There are ways to improve it, making it cheaper if you're not an alpha account, but you can use it as an alpha account.
Yeah.
So what you do with the ship is you have you ever done like a combat site, Cosmic Anomaly combat site?
I think I have.
Like in HiSec, you can warp to them, and there's like pirates you can kill for like 30 minutes, 60 minutes,
Yeah,
or
I did
something
it
like
a
that,
few
right?
times.
You just do
That's
those.
Actually,
Yeah, you do those, but you do it in nullsec. And
you do them in nullsec.
yeah, those in nullsec pay much more money. And the amount of work to do it is about 1 minute, because all you do is warp to the site, and then once you've landed on the site, you need to deploy what's called a mobile tractor unit, which is like a second.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, don't
okay,
worry. I
yeah.
know. I used it as the.
Yeah, exactly. You deploy the mobile
process.
tractor unit, so you warp to the combat site at 100, so you want to be at long range. The way this ship survives is it kills the enemy before the enemy gets to you. That's why it has like drone control range boosting modules, right? You see the concept, right? You warp to the combat site at 100, so you're at long range. You deploy the mobile tractor unit, and then you just start orbiting the mobile tractor unit at like 1,000 meters, right? And that's it. And you just keep your armor repairer modules turned on, like turn on all your active modules and launch your drones, and that's it. And so what you do then is you minimize Eve. You hit the window key or something, or you leave your computer maybe, or like you don't sit there and look at your ship. You just leave it, and then you come back 45 minutes later, and then you do it again. Oh yeah, and you need to bookmark your mobile tractor unit, and then you just repeat that over and over and over as many times as you want to do that day. And then at the very end, you return to your base station, and then you take a transport ship like an Iteron Mark V, for example, right? The Galente Huller one, right? You grab a transport ship, and then you warp to your bookmarks one by one, and you pick up all the loot in the MTU, and you also pick up the MTU, right?
Yeah.
And then you delete your bookmark. Like, as you go, you delete your bookmarks, obviously, right? Or you can just
set it takes 45 minutes, so it takes 45 minutes
to clear the site. Yeah, the site you want to do is called Sancha Forsaken Hub. Forsaken Hub.
You said how much per minute?
I don't know or care. What I care about is the amount per site, because the work you do is only to go to the site.
What I was about to calculate it. Yeah. How much do you get per site?
About 60 million, like I said. And like I said,
60 million per site.
yeah, so it's
That's
just
nice.
2 minutes of work, right? It's 1 minute to clear the site, and then later it's gonna be 1 minute to loot the site. So every site is 2 minutes of work, right? It's 2 warps, right? And a little bit of clicking.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna get 60 million each, right? And then, but the funny thing is, a lot of people don't do this because they think in terms of like ISK per real life minute. They want the money right away. Like they want to sit down and make like with the crab beak, and they want to make 500 million in 1 hour from now, right? But the way I made my money was just by doing this over and over. I did it like 2,000 times, I think. uh, yeah, that's how I got the money to then. What happened was I discovered the hypernet at some point, and then I just changed to doing that because that was just an even better. That takes even less effort to make 1.8 billion. But you need more ISK to do that, right? Whereas this method with this
Yeah.
ship I linked to, that's literally just like 200 million ISK, right? Now you do also need like probably about 1 million skill points, right? So, but the reason I said so, it's not true that you can't do this now because you've already spent your skill points. But if you created a new account tomorrow, you could do it immediately on that account. You know how you can refer yourself and
What's
get a
that?
million skill points, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
yeah,
what do you mean by I can do it myself and skill points the alpha rat?
yeah, the alpha rat. I just meant that like if you create a new account, like if I make a new account right now, I can fly the alpha rat ship immediately by referring myself and getting 1.1 million skill points on that account. So you can do this day one, but the problem though is, well, there's two problems. One is you need about 200 million ISK to do this because you need the alpha rat ship, right? And the other one is that you also need, the bigger problem is you need a place to a safe place to do it. You cannot just go to nullsec. If you go to nullsec on your own and the people that are there are hostile to you, they will kill you before the alpha rat has paid you enough money to make it worth it, right? So what you do is you need to join a nullsec group so that you can be in their part of nullsec safely.
Yeah, I was wondering, where do people find the nullsec groups? Because I want to join one because when I have the money, I want to do that
If
other
you
thing.
if you post about this on the forums, you will be drowned in offers that are both real and scams. Because people are looking, these groups are looking for people, the same way I am. Hard to find players who play the game. So the thing I joined was this was pure. The one who made me. I mean, it was the guy who recruited you, Professor, right? He was the one who recruited
Yeah.
me to this group that lived. Well, used to live over here. I guess we don't live there anymore. We now live in this place. We recently moved actually. But so these are all part of something called the Imperium, which is like a sort of alliance of alliances, and alliances are an alliance of corporations, right? Coalitions are not a game mechanic, but they're just like, you know, an out of game. It's a political organization essentially, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, these are all part of what's known as the Imperium, and I recommend. There's also these guys over here called the Initiative. I would say, I mean, I've only experienced the Imperium, and there's nothing like philosophically wrong with what Pandemic Horde is doing, where they have very clear like they basically run a kind of pyramid scheme, kind of like what I'm doing, really, right? What I'm trying to do, right? Where they basically like exploit people below them in the pyramid. Like, there's nothing like. A lot of people in Imperium think this is like philosophically wrong, that like these people pay rent to live where they live. I don't disagree with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you pay a different kind of rent in the Imperium in the sense that you have to show up to their fleets and stuff for free, right? Like over here, you over here you get no help and you pay rent, but you also not obligated. Like, you have less obligations, I suppose. Over here, you just gotta pay money. I would suggest though to go with the Imperium if your goal is to find a place to do the Alpha Rat thing. What they ask of you in the Imperium is from your point of view, what they ask of you is essentially nothing, and it's even going to be fun. Like it's like from time to time, they give you an ultimatum. It goes like this: log off or join the fleet, right? And that's it. Like there isn't like you're not even forced to join the fleet. Like it just says like, look, just don't be out making ISK while we're all like fighting for our survival here.
Yeah.
I
But what
suggest
if you join the fleet and not go to them? Does it still count as being a dick move or what?
I mean, yeah, I mean you have to. You can't just join it on paper. I mean they'll discover that. Pretty sure.
Yeah. I call them here at the thing. There's like bots here. Not bots, session, meet and lord. Whatever this stuff is. Yeah, the Sasha NPCs basically.
Yeah, try to stay alive and stuff.
I don't know, should I kill them or should I just because
no,
my
no,
clock timer goes off in
don't do
about 20
anything.
seconds.
Get safe. Do you have a cloaking device on your ship?
No, I literally just got the catalyst that you sent me.
Okay. Then either things are going to be a little bit stressful for you, or you could log off. You could log off. I will tell you when, because I haven't finished building the cube. I need to build the stupid cube. I'll tell you when it's done, and then I can tell you where. Then you can log in and move to where I want you to be, and then you can log off again. You can just log off. It still counts. You'll get paid.
Okay, well, no, that's pretty cool.
Keep your ship safe, you know.
Yeah, let me just do. I'm gonna have to jump or something and get back or something. Yeah,
I
no,
will.
they fucking
Let me
up.
give you let me give you the deep safe in this. So don't log off yet. I will give you a deep safe.
Yeah, I just walked out until you sent me it because yeah, they're about to screw me up. They basically took it down my shield, so it's busy recovering.
Yeah, in about a minute you can warp to me, to Singrana, and then you can save that location. It's a faraway place that you're almost certainly never going to be found.
Well, that's good. Just hope I see your notifications and I can get on in time.
Yeah, it's the fleet pings channel. You can mute everything on the server except the fleet pings channel, and the fleet pings channel should be only for announcements of fleets going up. Some people have been chatting in it. I haven't like policed it or cracked down on it or whatever, but I will in the future because the intent is that the fleet pings channel should be something you can leave unmuted, and if you're interested, of course, in getting those pings, right?
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, so
I
no.
know, I just hope I see it because sometimes I don't
Warp
look
to
at my notifications.
warp to Singrana. Yeah, so
Singrana.
Yeah, Singrana in the fleet. What you should do on this server, right, is you should have all notifications on, right? So like the chat messages make you go right? But then you should take every single channel that you're not interested in, which should be every channel except for the Fleet Pings channel probably, and you should put those to like whatever you prefer. What you would have usually put the whole server on, you should do that on every channel except for specifically Fleet Pings if you want Fleet Pings.
And like you don't get it. I don't mostly look at my stuff, and on my phone, my notifications.
Fuck
muted.
that! Turn off the push notification shit. That is the most annoying thing in the world. Oh my god.
Because otherwise I get fucking pinged from every single server.
I mean ping on Discord, not the stupid push notification thing. That's retarded.
Yeah.
Are you warping to Syngrana yet?
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm 50 AU away. 30.
All right. Well, then you're already here.
5. Yeah,
Oh.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, you can bookmark this spot or whatever, because I just gave you a location that's, if you take a look at the probe scanner, you'll see that basically impossible to get to here normally, and there's nothing nearby, that you cannot be found here. They would have to put a probe here. They would have to like know roughly where this is and put a probe there. And the way I make these is you go into the abyss right before downtime, and then if you're in the abyss during downtime, then I think you just spawn on the sun. I think you spawn inside the sun, and then the sun will bounce you to some random location in the star system, I think. And then sometimes you get these locations that are not normally reachable. That's what I call a deep safe spot. That's
Yeah, no, makes sense, yeah.
yeah. So now you have it. So now you're here. You could leave your ship, and you're probably not going to get found. But you can also just log it off here.
I just have to wait for the uncapsulate log off timer.
Yeah.
So I didn't lose it.
Yeah. Pick a random moon. Like if you want to be like super safe now, like what you do is you align to somewhere that you're gonna escape to. Like if an enemy shows up, you immediately warp to the
yeah.
And the thing you should choose is a random moon. So not planet but moon. Find a planet that has multiple moons, and then choose one of them at random. Essentially, no chance anybody is gonna correctly guess the right moon.
Look how many anomalies are here. Pretty nice.
Yeah, don't use those because everybody uses those because those are visible and
Yeah, and
convenient.
I'm just looking at them.
Yeah.
Because how many of
Yeah,
them?
these are the ones, right? Like if you find you see there's a Sancho Forsaken Hub. There's 3 of them, right? That's the thing. That's the thing I told you to make 60 million by waiting 45 minutes and risking about 100 million ship.
100 million ship.
Yeah, the Alpha Rat is 100 million.
Yeah, it's better than my way because you basically have to buy 9 billion ship and then you can lose it in a few seconds. So
yeah, and you don't even make the same amount of ISK per work, right? You make like 4 times less ISK for the amount of work you put in.
Yeah, for like an hour I get paid because you did. No, that was how much money you made per. Okay.
I mean,
myself.
It is true. You're not making like okay. So it takes 45 minutes, and you are making 60 million. So the ISK per real life hour is 80 million, right? So you're making 80 million ISK per real life hour that's passing, right? So, in 10 hours, you could make 800 million, right? That's like one day if you spend all day doing this, right? But because it only takes you 2 minutes of work, right? The ISK per hour of work, right? Because you can do it 30 times. It only takes 2 minutes, and 1 hour is 60 minutes, so 60 divided by 2 is 30, right? So you can do this 30 times, and then you've spent 1 hour of your life clicking buttons in a video game, right? And then you're gonna get 1,800 million, which is 1.8 billion, right? For 1 hour of your attention, you can get 1.8 billion using this method, right? And that's why I think it's better than all the other methods that people use, like mining or Concord Rogue Analysis Beacon, because those methods, it is true, they make more than 80 million per real life waiting hour, right?
Yeah.
Right? So you make money faster, if that makes sense. But you do it by working more. Does that make sense? Like it's like you get a lower hourly pay, but you have the possibility of working overtime. Does that make sense? Like it's just the method I'm suggesting with the Alpha Rat, you're working 30 times less hours, but you're being paid much better for the time you do work, but you're working less, right? Whereas the crab beacon, you're working overtime, you're working all constantly, you're working 30 times more than the other method, right? But you're being paid less for the hour you spend, though, right? But it is true you're making money, like you're pulling in money 5 times faster, at least, right? Because like the method I'm suggesting pulls in money 80 million an hour of real life waiting, right? The crab beacon pulls in 5 times that, right? But the problem is the crab beacon makes you work 30 times harder. So like, do you want to make 5 times more money, but it's 30 times more work, right? I mean, do the math, right?
Do the math.
I mean,
That's
or decide or whatever, because I mean, it's not necessarily that one is better than the other. You could just have a preference for making money fast. You could just be like, yeah, I want to make money fast. But I think that's I disagree with that. I have a preference for making money with the minimum of work, because in the long run, I think you burn out from just doing a lot of work. I think in this game, so I think in the long run, you actually make more money using the method that makes a lot of money, using the method that pays well, but is a lot less sort of money per day. Because I'll admit, after doing it 2,000 times, I did the method about 2,000 times. After doing it about 2,000 times, I was pretty done. I was pretty like, okay, I never want to do this ever again. So, 2,000 times. Like, how long was that? Let's do the math on that.
Hold on. Yeah, 120.
That would have been
so
2 minutes times 2,000, right? So I've spent 4,000 minutes on that. I've spent 60. Oh my god! I've spent 66 hours doing that of my life. But I did make 40 billion ISK, right? And
40 billion ISK.
yeah, it took me a while, right?
What did you do with the ISK?
I did this method, right? I did this method 2,000 times, and
no, I know you did the method, but did you buy ships with that money?
No, I was mostly saving it, but what I was using it for was buying things in Jita that were cheap, and then the idea is to sell it later when it's expensive. So what I was doing with the money was I was using it to buy access to an even better way of making even more money for the amount of time it takes me, right? Because trading in Jita is the ultimate method for making money for minimum of work, right? But in order to do it, you need huge amounts of ISK, right? Like it's not like the Alpha Rat that costs 100 million. Because think about it, the Alpha Rat costs 100 million, and you make 80 million ISK per real life hour, right? So that's just a few hours, and the whole thing is paid off, right? When you're trading in Jita, it can take you like a year to double your money, right? So imagine the amount of money you would need to make. Like, how many hours? So, like, imagine you're playing 4 hours a day, right? So you're making 1/3 of a billion per day, right? But there's 365 days in the year. So, like, how much would you need to in Jita, right? Like you would need like you would basically need like over 100 billion ISK to be able to make ISK at the same speed in Jita as you can doing the Alpha Rat method. Right?
Yeah.
Now I'm at the stage where I am doing this because I have over 500 billion ISK now. So I'm not going back to the Alpha Rat method, but I'm just saying that like there are even better paid methods, but they require a lot of ISK because they just kind of scale with the ISK you put in.
Yeah, because the ship that I sent you, the Phoenix, cost like it cost 10 billion to do. And if you don't join a group and you fuck up, or if you do join a group, it won't be as bad and you won't lose the ship. But if you don't join a group, then if you lose that ship, it's gone. But do you think if I use that chip here, they'll find me?
Yes,
This
for sure.
deep seek. Not deep seek. What is it?
Deep safe? No. They'll
Deep safe.
I mean, they're not gonna find. You probably have a 99% chance to not be found, but 1% chance to lose 5 billion is still too much. And I mean, they're not gonna
Yes,
find.
I
They're
can-
not gonna find you on the deep safe, but when you're doing the crab beacon, that's when they get you. By the way, when you start doing a crab beacon, you cannot
Stuff
leave.
comes to you and tries to.
You're stuck.
Really?
You cannot leave.
Can I not like just da and just warp out?
No, as far as I know, you're constantly tackled by the enemies, like the generated enemies. I think tackle you. Although I admit I've never
Yeah,
done
no,
one,
that-
so
Yeah, because I'd like to do that, but it costs 10 billion to do. 8 billion to do the stuff.
Look, if you want
10
to
billion
do
because
the
I
crab
need disc
beacons,
injectors to
if
fly
you want
it.
to do the crab beacons, your only choice is to join the Imperium or the Initiative or Pandemic Horde or the Fraternity. I think you need to join. I think you need to join one of the nullsec blocks, and then maybe you can do the crab beacons. I say maybe because I've never been interested in doing one, so I haven't explored this too much, but I sometimes see people talking about bans on crab beacons. Like, basically, from time to time, the Imperium will say things like, okay, nobody is allowed to run any crab beacons. And what they mean by that, when they say allowed, like, they're very paternalistic in the Imperium. Like, they will ban certain behavior sort of for your own good. Because they're basically saying, we don't have the resources now to defend people doing crab beacons, so we're just gonna, rather than say do them at your own risk, they'll instead say you're not allowed to do them because they don't want people to they don't want people to choose to do them at their own risk and then die and then complain about it.
Yeah.
That's something I don't like about the Imperium. That's I don't like their paternalistic attitudes, I would say, but that's the reality, right? Is that, like, the crab beacon is it's like the opposite of something you can do alone. Like, it requires, like, it requires you to join, like, a large nation and do it in their capital. Like, it's not something you can just randomly do wherever you want, whenever you want. So if you want to do those, although I would ask why, right? Because it's not a particularly good ISK making method in my opinion, but
In my opinion, it's just better because with the Phoenix method, the Phoenix doesn't move. Like, it doesn't move. If you want to go somewhere, you warp there because that thing does not move. That's why you need it in nullsec. That it's my fighting style, in my opinion. I love standing still and just throwing haymakers, basically, just sending the missiles. That's why I use the Praxis, because also with the Alpha Rat, you just stand still and send the stuff, whatever you have, Jones, you know.
yeah, well, with the drones, you
And
don't
then
need
you
to
make
click at
so
all.
much
It'll
money.
just do it on its own.
Yeah, but I'm more concerned about real life hours than actual attention hours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we'll do whatever you want.
I basically can't because I need money. But yeah, that's because I'm not doing 2,000 runs. That's a lot of runs. But you said you made how much?
40 billion roughly. Keep in mind,
40 billion.
I never kept track of it. It's not true that I made 40 billion in 66 hours. That's not true, because during that time I was spending money on other things too. I'm just saying that what I ended up with was 40 billion in savings. So, like, my income minus my expenses over about 9 months turned into 40 billion.
Yeah. In a month,
9 months.
dude. 9 months. I was about to say, damn.
And
My income and expenses over almost 2 months. Well, oh no, 30 days income. So basically a month is 1.3. 1.13 billion. You still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder where all the expenses went because how's my expenses more than my income? Because I have 1.1 income, 1.1 billion income, but 1.1 expensive. But it's the like dot, trade. Items sold.
Well, since you're not subscribing your account, it can't have been Plex. It must have been ships that got blown up, right?
I think so. I'm not too sure, dude. I'm not really that good at this. I'm gonna be honest. Automatic pay. Jump bridge. Give ISK. Partial term. What? Okay. Just saying I'm still in the deep part, the deep save that you put me at. I haven't logged off yet. Okay, well, I'm gonna log off then. Yes, I'm just gonna. Okay, not quit. Safe. Log off. Log off safely. There we go. It says I'm in a fleet. I'm gonna leave the fleet. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, why is it doing that? Because I don't know why if it does that.
I guess to make it,
almost
I
good.
guess to make it more annoying, to do what I'm saying we should do. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna need to like rejoin the fleet when you log back in and stuff to warp to us. Like I think they're trying to make it harder to do what I'm planning to do. Make it throw more friction in it.
So basically, in space, I did a non-safe log off because I always just close my game.
Yeah, I mean, if you do that while you're in the fleet, what will happen is when you log back in, you automatically join the fleet. So that's actually quite nice. The non-safe log off, what it will do is it will try to autopilot your ship to. What it will do is it will perform like a special kind of warp. It will warp about 1,000,000 kilometers in a random direction. Then, once you've landed, it will do the 30-second countdown log out thing. Okay? The problem with that method is that sometimes it bugs out and your ship doesn't actually log out. It will just sit there for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that. So, there's a small chance that it can get your ship killed, that method. If anybody is looking for your ship. But if you go to the deep save, I think that doing the close game method is pretty safe. So, yeah.
Oh damn! I have another sell order. Oh, don't tell me that. I think I haven't because I sold my last Praxis for real money, and that's the only Praxises I have. Because my friend said he has one, but then I asked him about it because I gave him money
I
to
keep
go
saying
buy one at Cheetah.
don't talk about that on stream. Don't do that. It's stupid.
Oh, bro. That's pissing me off so much right now. Okay. Yeah, sorry, dude. I'm I don't know how to say it so your stream doesn't like. Not the thing that I'm doing. The oh, bro, my day can't get any worse. Now the Rust is the other game that I play is Rust, and now it's console Rust. So now I have to. Oh no, bro.
Yeah, I've spent a fair bit of time looking at Rust because I watched a streamer called Destiny like 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But he played a lot of Rust. But doesn't really play games anymore, so I don't watch him anymore. But there is a game a little bit like Rust that I play. Suppose I play that Dune game. I guess that game is the most like Rust. But what I was thinking about was there's a game called The Isle. You heard about it? You play as like a dinosaur, and over like a couple of hours, you like grow up and you become a big dinosaur. So
I don't think I've played that, but I've played Doom before with my uncle when I was little.
oh no, it's a new game. There's a recent Dune game related to the new movies. Not old Dune. But
No.
I'm just saying that game is a lot. That game is just a lot like Rust. Like there's the same kind of like base build, a group kind of thing, multiplayer on a server.
Yeah. If you ever want to play Rust with us, just let me know, Marcel, you know.
Maybe I tend to be quite picky, and so I don't want to play Rust unless I become less perfectionist. I tend to be quite picky in game selection. But maybe.
I bet you do good with the streaming. I know people get paid a lot of that, you know.
No, I don't stream consistently.
I know, but some people stream like once a month and they still make pretty good money. Not like millions, you know, but still like a few thousand, you know, to keep it sustainable.
Yeah, I mean my real life financials are fine. I mean I'm unemployed, but I live in Norway, so life is pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, I live in South Africa. I'm broke, bro.
Oh my god, that
Send some
sounds.
money. I need to buy some water.
No, you need to move to a better place because you live in a dysfunctional political like environment, and that's not a good idea. Just you should not earn your money and invest it locally. You should earn your money. I mean, your choices are to accept the conditions and suffer, which I guess is what you were about to do. You can try to enter the bad government and fix it from the inside, although chance of success is tiny and requires like how do I put this? Like you have to be like a very like sort of top tier human to do it. You know what I mean? Like you have to be like productive, you know, have drive and like all that stuff, which I don't. So I could never do anything like that, and most people don't, right? But yeah, you have to have what it takes to like climb the power hierarchy and reform it from the inside, right? So basically, you can do nothing. You can reform. You can be a rebel, which means be a criminal, make your own mafia. That's basically reform, but rather than enter the existing power structure, you try to build your own power structure, right? I'm not.
Yeah, so
I'm not
for
recommending.
my
I'm not
Discord-
recommending this. I'm because it's a high
No,
risk. It's extremely high risk,
I-
right?
Yeah,
Like
I haven't
you.
listened what you said. My Discord RTC disconnected, so I'm connected to my phone right now.
Okay. You missed what I was saying. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, what I was saying was like you basically have sort of a menu of 3 choices that are quote unquote good, and then you have a 4th choice, which is the default, which if you don't do anything, that's a bad choice. But yeah, you can.
Yeah, last thing I heard was like moving or something.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's what I'm recommending. But you basically have 3 choices. You have 3 good choices. You can try to join the governing hierarchy and reform it from the inside. But you probably don't have what it takes to do that. Almost nobody does, right? You can
Yeah.
try to make your own independent hierarchy. I'm talking being a mafia boss slash warlord or whatever. You start as a small time crook, right? Like you try to take on the state. I'm definitely not recommending that.
We're talking about the other game.
And then finally you
Which
can emigrate. Like if the current government is worse than other governments out there in the world, the rational choice is to emigrate, I think. So that's what I recommend. Don't spend your money like investing in a business where you live or investing in local conditions. No, just spend your money on moving to a better government if you're in a badly managed place.
What,
So,
South Africa?
yeah, I'm just assuming most places in South Africa are really badly managed compared to like Europe, America, you know.
Dude, South Africa has more luxurious cars than America.
What did you say?
You know, South Africa has more luxurious cars than most of the world.
Luxurious what?
Cars, like vehicles.
Uh, I mean maybe, but I mean
No, like it was like, yeah. Plus,
I mean
if you
but
search up Western Cape, it's ministered by the DA. It's one of the best parties out there because, like ANC and all of that, that's the worst you get. DA is probably one of the best ones you can get. You know, not like a good choice, but
so you're saying the local area you live in is administered by a different political party than the ANC?
yeah.
Okay, maybe. Okay, I look. I obviously don't know very detailed stuff about like. I just know the broad stroke that the most places in the African continent are badly run.
I
Compared to
know South Africa's pretty greatly run. It's actually
no,
it
it's not.
rank in.
It's objectively not. It has like intermittent electricity. That's like the ultimate symbol of like that's like the ultimate.
What's that?
Well, it means the power isn't on all the time. Like it's like
My
there are
power's all the time where I'm at from
okay. Well maybe
the Western Cape.
yeah maybe I'm just saying like the whole
The only time
African.
when my power goes off is when they switch out lines, when lines is broken because of bad weather. But it doesn't turn off.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's interesting that, you know.
Yeah, I don't know the
They
details.
did it a few years ago. They did it daily, where they turned the power off, but now they don't do it, you know.
Well,
They haven't
I
done it
don't
for
know
a
the
while at
details of
least.
where you live, obviously, because I don't know where you live. But I'm just saying that like the at like a extremely low resolution, like super zoomed out point of view. When you said you were in South Africa, I was like immediately like, oh my condolences. Like you should probably leave. But I mean, it's possible. It's totally possible that you live in an area that's run well. Actually, that's possible. I wouldn't know. 'Cause, again, it's
Yeah.
a detail.
Yeah, I actually want to go to Japan, but yeah, I'm broke, so it's not really much of an option.
Yeah. Japan is a pretty. I mean, as a tourist, it's fine because the way they run it is they impoverish the people who live there, but it does benefit tourists. So it's a place you can be a tourist, but it's not a good place to live. Japan is pretty mediocre, I would say, as a place to live.
Mediocre.
Yeah, yeah, it's mediocre. Keep in mind, I'm not talking about how flashy the buildings look or how nice the cars of the rich people are. Like, I'm talking about the fifth. I'm talking about like the typical person on the street, like the 50 percentile person, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, Japan is not a good place. Japan looks so nice because the people there work so many hours for low pay, and the fact the people who run the
Yeah, no, my
companies.
plan isn't like to move there when I get a chance. My plan is to retire there with money, so I can just,
Yeah, as a
you know, like,
tourist, that's fine. I mean, as a if you're gonna be if you're just gonna visit and earn money outside of Japan, that's fine. Because the way they, in fact, the way they run it actually uh, benefits the people who visit rather than the people who live there.
Yeah. But just letting know, I'm not gonna like try to make money there. If I'm trying to make money, it's just for fun, you know. It's not like it's gonna be my main income and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll see you again later. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. It's like what
Yeah, sure.
9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, whenever you
I'll
want.
see you again when I get a chance.
Yeah, just whenever you see
I'll
the
pick
chance.
up Fleet things.
Like I'll ping them in the chat and then just catch them whenever they happen.
Then I'll see you next time.
Yep. Sure. See you later.
Enjoy the stream. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. All right. Let's try to make that final point. After I've made that final point, I think I'm gonna end the camp. Obviously didn't accomplish anything, but we're making progress on the cube. Alright, we'll just go below it, center ourselves with Q piloting roughly, do a rough centering, and then approach it, and then we'll approach the side points when we get kind of close. I guess this is the way. You just you center, you approach this one until it's at the same number of kilometers as that one. Then you're done. You stop the ship. And then you check if these are at the same distance, and you approach the one that's further away until they're the same. And when they're all the same, you approach the one in the middle. Yeah, they're all the same. So now we approach the one in the middle. Yeah, we're almost there. Few more, 5 more kilometers. This method is actually far more precise than the keep at range method anyway. Not that it's really needed. This is pretty artistic. I'm not gonna lie. We are now in range. Case for stopping here. Let's make a temporary bookmark. Let's go slower. I want to get them all. Get them all within 500 meters. Because I'm already here. I already spent all this time doing it this precisely, so. I mean, actually, these bookmarks each have a random deviation of like 2.5 kilometers. Or something like that. Yeah, there's probably is no way to save them all. Yeah. Now our error is, I believe this minimizes our error. We'll use this. Alright, that's the That's the one we'll use. All right, we're ready now. But I do think I've gone long enough. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use the corners, or we're gonna use the six cardinal points to generate the 8 corner points, and then we're gonna use the corner points to make everything else by just warping between them. The only thing that matters ultimately is the precision of the corner points, because it's the corner points that produce the whole thing. Everything we're doing to build up to the corner points is just like constructing our way to it. But we'll do that tomorrow. Now I'm gonna play some Kenshi. Suppose I'll stream it too. Probably should stream Kenshi. Amazing game. Alright. Anything shows up, we warp off. We have the align time to do it too. Alright. Twenty, 24, 5, 34. Alright. In 34 days of passive training, we will have the carrier unlocked. It can be faster if I skill inject, of course. The carrier is going to be used to send my recruits into the camp system, so they don't need to deal with gate camps. Only me and other experienced players need to move the Cyno ships past the gate camps and then make use of inexperienced people in the camp, directly shooting them into the location. Either way, that's it for now. Well, it's it for Eve. I'll end the stream and the recording here and walk my dog and get some food, and probably gonna just play some Kenshi because I've just been playing Kenshi for the last 3 days. Like, I'm literally just 16 hours of Kenshi every day. It's so fun. Such a gem of a game.